The duck.
Spawning in on this planet is to be given a part of spawning in on this planet
Spawning
is to
in.
be given an opportunity. Some would even consider a gift. A name. It's an essential part.
The worst names are Molester. What's that other one? I can't think of it. I'll think of it.
Part of somebody's life. And a lot of parents absolutely butcher that opportunity for their child. Like, why? I just don't understand the mindset somebody has to have to give one of these names. And the sad part is the child has no control over what their name is. They just spawn in and
Nah, Bob. Bob is such a NPC name. Oh, let me go full screen. Bob is like such a common name. Bob.
get it.
And why is Robert called Bob and not Rob? Like, does that make sense?
Haven't even gotten to experience the greatness of life yet. And then they already have a name like Dude Person.
Dude
I mean, it's
Person.
not his fault why his name is Dude Person, but it's the most default name on the planet. It might
Actually,
be more
bro.
default than John Smith.
Jo-
Okay, never mind.
Ryan
This would
Smith.
be the
Ryan
automatic
Smith.
name of a character in a game if you don't select a nickname. I swear they just gave up. They had to. It sounds like a given up name, like, we'll just call him Dude Person. Every time someone says dude, they're gonna think they're calling him, and he's just gonna
Now, low key though.
turn his head, and it's gonna be mad awkward. To be fair, this would be a name I would give my Pokemon trainer if I just couldn't come up with a name. Speaking of ass names, Mo Lester.
What did I say? What did I say? Molester.
Okay, the last one was just funny, but this
But genuinely, that's a absolutely crazy name.
is just
Yo, Mo.
diabolical. If this was my name, I would just turn myself in. This is the worst coincidence name I've ever seen. Imagine I just bagged this girl's number.
But like, why would your parents name you Mo if your surname is Lester? Like, that's crazy.
She knows my first name's Mo. And then when I put in my contact info, that Lester at the end, it just sells it. It's over. It's wraps. It really just sounds like a name someone would use in Kahoot and the teacher would end the game because it was
I'd use that name.
inappropriate for class. I'd rather call my child Bartholomew than have him have the first
James Bartholomew III.
name Mo and then the last name Lester. I honestly just feel bad. So, you know, I just gotta quickly thank my parents for giving me a normal ass name. Because names like Gooey Tips. Okay, this is the funniest one on the list. I'm low-key disrespecting it by I'm sorry, bro. Your parents missed the mark on this. This shit sounds like straight out of a
Hang on. Okay.
Key and Peele skit, but I do see he's wearing a football jersey, and I'm gonna need that jersey. Imagine copping an NFL jersey with the name Tip on the back. We need to get Gooey Tip drafted. Oh, he played 9 games, had 10 solo tackles with 8 assists for 18 tackles in 9 games? Okay.
Oh, that's
Gooey
pretty
Tip,
good.
Let's go. He's gotta go pro. He's nice. All right,
Gooey.
next, if your name becomes a meme, wrap it up. It's over. You are never gonna hear the end of it until the
Ryan
meme's
Smith.
over. For example, Evan Berger from the show Just Beyond became a complete meme. So there was a clip of Evan Berger walking into class, and Trevor Larkin just started frying his shit because his name was Evan Berger. Okay, he didn't really get fried, but it was more like a Disney ad bully type of situation. And he basically said, "Dude, is your last name Berger?" And yeah.
Now, why is that so true though? Why do high school bullies in like movies and series always act like that? It's so over-exaggerated. Why can't they just have one normal series where they act like a regular bully?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. The rest is
Like just making fun of the person.
history. Evan Berger has become a meme, and nobody's ever gonna take the name Evan Berger seriously anymore. Even if your restaurant name is like Evan's Burgeria or whatever, it's over. GG. Now, another name that's become a meme recently that we gotta talk about is Ryan Smith. Now, there is probably someone
That's
out
what
there
I
named
said.
Ryan Smith. The former CEO of Qualtrics is named Ryan Smith. Now, why is the name
That's actually
Ryan
such a
Smith
common
a
name, though.
complete meme? Well, the YouTuber Grant Weisler made a skit about how niche memes can go mainstream or what happens when they do. And in the video, you guessed it, Ryan Smith was the meme. Although the skit wasn't real, it felt like a real meme. Someone named like John Smith would get fried for having a default type of name. So I think Ryan Smith, the same thing.
John.
And basically the memes are just a clone factory. And it just has the
John name.
Caption, yeah, my name's Ryan Smith. I'll get whatever he's having as name. All the most default shit on the planet is being applied here to Ryan Smith. How did John Smith and Ryan Smith become such default names? I don't get it. But if this is used as actual vocabulary to describe something middle of the road and decent, nah, that shit would actually fry me. Like Grant in the video used an example. He got a Ryan Smith grade of an 85. You know, nice gentleman's 85. It's decent. Or an example I thought of. You got a Ryan Smith-ass job working in a cubicle in the tech department. You know, it's decent. Nothing wrong with some tech.
Why wearing that Ryan Smith clothes there, buddy?
You know, it's something like, yeah, I'll take it. But next we gotta talk about Quandale Dingle. This is the
Bro, who remembers Quandale Dingle? That's like 2020 knowledge.
most infamous meme name out there.
It's Quandale Dingle, yeah. My goofy uncle.
And in 2022, this screenshot had me obliterated, dead, out of my chair, when Quandale Dingle forgot to sign out of his computer. Same thing happened to Ryan Smith in the skit, but this just went out of control. When your meme name is popular, it isn't as bad. But when your meme name is old, oof, that's even worse. At first it's funny, but then when you have to say, oh, my name's Quandale Dingle in 2026, people are going to think you're trying to make a joke, you're trying to be funny from 2022. They're going to think you traveled from the future to make a Quandale Dingle joke. People are never going to take you serious if your name becomes a meme. So, you know, I really feel for those people. But next we got another diabolical name. Willie Stroker. Willie Stroker. This poor guy.
Bravo.
He's a judge, and every time he is broadcasted on TV, there it is in the corner, Willie Stroker. People are just gonna think he's stroking his shit 24/7. Okay, that's crazy. Okay, Willie Stroker would never do that. You couldn't call him
You
Willie.
would do that.
You had to call him Willie. Willie. Or maybe that news station the screenshot came from just set his ass up. Maybe his name's William Stroker or Will Stroker. One of the most unfortunate names. All right, this next one, oof, I just found it from browsing. I think we're picking up speed a little bit with diabolical names.
Can I do better as a coach?
Oh, I saw this reel. I saw it like a few weeks ago. Hayden Rape.
Finish your last name.
I didn't think it was gonna be that bad, but no, I would change it immediately. She was unfortunately given the last name Great, but without the G.
That's
Oh my-
crazy.
No, I would have changed that shit the second I could have. I
Definitely.
just can't even imagine. I can't even fathom the amount of bullying and torment of having that last name. The middle school days were probably the worst. That's when everyone is all edgy and shit. You know, rapid fire round. Jimmy Glasscock. Yeah, Jimmy Glasscock.
That's a
Now, I
pretty
found
common
this video of
surname.
Jimmy doing a stand-up, and as soon as he said, "My last name is Glasscock," it already had the crowd rolling.
My last name is Glasscock.
He didn't even say a joke yet, and the crowd's already laughing. Jimmy's just got that it factor. I gotta pull up to one of his shows now. Okay, obviously the name Jimmy is fine, but having to say Glasscock every time someone asks for your last name is crazy. Dr. Black and Orange Sack. Or Dr. Hub Sack.
Huh?
Wow. And then plus clinic and room for rent if you want to join in.
That's
okay,
crazy.
whoa, that sounded crazy. But Dr. Sack, imagine that. You're on your journey to becoming a doctor. Years of schooling, years of grinding in the
I
trenches.
am a
And when
surgeon.
you're done, because I guess your family decided that this was the greatest last name of all time, you get the privilege of being called Dr. Sack with the black and orange in the name. Dr. That Sack. Karen. We got Karen,
Karen.
next. This one kind of got ruined because of all the Karen clips surfacing in the 2010s. Now,
Where did that name even come from, Karen? Why did we just start calling, like, entitled ladies Karen? Where did that come from?
if you're called Karen, everyone's gonna think you're having a maniac meltdown at Walmart. You are now associated with those type of people. Probably the most entitled people on the planet. But Karen as a name isn't too bad. It got ruined a little bit because of the association with the Karen meltdowns. Okay, obviously, I would take Karen over any of these other names today. But still, we got another one. Another okay, not heater. Hunter?
Mike Oxlong.
Okay, that part isn't bad. But then you get to the last name. Hunter Meekum. Meekum. Imagine that. Meekum all over the I don't think I want to hear that.
Oh, brother.
Hunter, University of Utah, basketball player. Imagine him in the NBA. I gotta see him play in the league. It has to happen. I hope he makes it. That last name, though. That shit must have been the win. If I had this last name, I would be clip farming the hell out of this name. This is yet again another Kahoot name in real life. XAEA-12. Okay, I don't think I have to explain for this one.
Donald
How
Trump's
do you come
child.
up with the name this insane? This shit sounds like a laboratory subject that you're studying, not your son. Like, does this translate to anything, or is this just his name? He's got to write this shit down on a piece of paper every time. Imagine that, signing legal documents with a
Now you
dumb
get made fun of like crazy in high school though. Primary school too.
ass name like this. Tomorrow. Two first name, last name Morrow. Your
No one
parents
has
really
that
think
name.
They got jokes. They think they're D1 comedians. When that's not the case. Naming is a serious matter. They really named you after a pun, a dad joke. That has gotta suck. But honestly, it's not even as bad as the other name. Go